Yes.
Action.
Okay. I'm here to say that I had a birthday yesterday. And I want to tell you that I am now 92. And God willing for me, I'll be here this time next year and tell you I'm 93.
Woo.
It's not so bad being old. There's practically nothing that I can be told. I'm very smart, as you can see, and if you don't believe it, just ask me. I am so very smart that in my 92 years in this world, I have taken a major part. FDR once asked my advice, and he told me later what I did. I saved the world not once but twice. And as a German, I knew Adolf Hitler very well. And having lunch with him in the 40s, he told me that he knew he was going to go to hell. And he said he really didn't care because he had a lot of friends down there. And now back to FDR. He went down to Georgia on a lark. He never came back, and he left Harry Truman in the dark. And Harry told me that he was just a good old boy from Missouri, but he needed me to help him defeat Thomas E. Dewey. And then came General Ike, who was a brilliant military man. But you know, I helped him create and execute his D-Day plan. And then there was Jack Kennedy, who I begged not to go down to Texas on that fateful day, and he said he had no choice because he owed LBJ. Now, LBJ came along, and I told him to forget about that Gulf of Tonkin thing, and he said he's going to do as he pleased because he was really the U.S. king. Then came Richard Nixon of late, and I tried my best to talk him out of getting involved in that Watergate. Next there was Gerald Ford, who we all knew, and he told me that he just couldn't walk and chew gum too. And next there was Jimmy Carter, who had one term, and then he went back to Dixie, you see, to be a goodwill ambassador for the U.S., you and me. And then there comes Reagan, and I told Reagan that he should confess, take his lumps, and get over this Iran-Contra mess. Then next was George H.W. Bush, that I used to play tennis with just to relax, and I kept telling him that Social Security was not a thing to tax. And then we had Bill Clinton, with whom I shared many a meal. And I tried my best, but I was unable to get him out of this Lewinsky deal. Then came George W. Bush, who wanted to be the president so bad, he asked me to help him with that mix-up about voting in Florida, specifically about the hanging jab. Then there was Barack Obama, who asked me to help him locate and authenticate his mama. And finally we have Donald Trump, who I taught how to Twitter. And I told him to forget about that wall, but he said he couldn't because he's no quitter. So if you believe all of this stuff that I tell, then I've got a bridge over in Brooklyn I want to sell. You know, I used to, when I had a birthday, I'd sit down and have a good cry. But then I thought about it and I thought, well, that's no fun. So what I'll do is make up a big story and tell a big lie. And so I will ask you if you forgive me, if you will, because I've got to go over here and take a truth and happy pill.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
I can't believe you.
I don't think I left out any presents.
No, I
wouldn't know.
I don't think so. No, I'm thinking about it. Nope.
that is impressive. You remembered that.